Alright guys, today I wanted to make a video on a rumour that is currently doing the rounds, and that is Chelsea to potentially sign Inter Milan's young midfielder Cesare Casadei. So the report reads, Chelsea have agreed a deal to sign 19-year-old Italian midfielder Cesare Casadei from Inter Milan for £12.6 million plus £4.2 million in add-ons, and that's been reported by Sky Sports, so definitely a reliable source. And the fact that Chelsea have agreed a deal would indicate that the deal is very likely to go ahead and happen. Just needs a medical to be done, and obviously the player to actually want to join. Which I mean, never assume that a player would want to join, because I mean we've seen with Frankie De Jong this summer, haven't we? A deal was definitely agreed there, but he doesn't want to join. But yeah, I think this could be a good deal for Chelsea. I've seen bits of the way that Cesare Casadei plays, and yeah, he would be suited to one of the midfield two in Chelsea's system, probably more Jorginho's role rather than the Kante role in the midfield pairing. But yeah, I like what Chelsea have done this summer in this regard with the signing of Carney Chukwuemeka as well as Cesare Casadei, because they do need youthful backups in their midfield, because they at the moment have N'Golo Kante, Jorginho and Mateo Kovacic, who are all either over the age of 30 or coming up to it. And especially with a player like N'Golo Kante, we've seen a decline in his performances over the past few seasons. So yeah, it is important that they do sign a few backups. They've also got players like Conor Gallagher as well coming back from on loan, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It has been sort of like an ever-present in the Chelsea squad for a while now, but isn't really seen as someone who's quite up to the level of Jorginho and Kante, but would still make a very good backup. I don't think Cesare Casadei is going to make any impact on the Chelsea team in this upcoming season. If he does sign, I think it's definitely one for the future. It wouldn't surprise me if they loan him out instantly, because he hasn't actually played a game yet for Inter Milan. He's played for the Inter Milan under-21s team, I believe, and also the Italy under-19s team. So yeah, he's definitely seen as one of Italy's top prospects at the moment, and yeah, I think signing him would be a huge bonus for Chelsea. I think a loan move would definitely be the first thing to do with him, like to a team in, I don't know, Serie B or Serie A, so just somewhere where he would, be used to the style of football, the culture and stuff like that. You don't want to sign a player from a country like Italy and then instantly just throw them into the Championship, where they'll just like shrivel up and, come to nothing really. So that wouldn't be the smartest idea, nor do I think would. Well, maybe a year in the reserves team wouldn't be too bad. I think it'd be a better option than playing in the Championship in your first year in English football. But I think ideally a loan move back to Italy would be the perfect situation for Chelsea. And yeah, I as I've already said, I really do like what Chelsea have done this summer with the signings of Cucurella. I think that's an overpayment. Sterling's a smart buy in my opinion. He's still going to have at least another 4 or 5 years at the top level, and to get him for under 50 million is a brilliant buy. Kalidou Koulibaly, again, he's aging, but playing in a back three definitely. I don't know. It sort of. This is going to sound a bit weird, but it sort of adds a couple of years to your career as a defender, playing in a back three as opposed to a back four. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem in the near future, because I think he's only like 31 or 32, Koulibaly, and the late 30s million pounds, 38, 39 million, I think was the fee. So that's still not bad. In my opinion, it's the fee that they probably should have paid for Cucurella. And I think if they spend the 80 million or whatever it is on Wesley Fofana, I think that would be an absolute joke from Chelsea. But this signing I really do like. If you haven't seen Casadei play, he's very much a number 8 in midfield, someone who is very good at winning the ball and bringing the ball forward. So if we're comparing him to one of Chelsea's midfielders, what would he play like? It would probably be similar to Mateo Kovacic rather than Jorginho or Kante, because Jorginho isn't he's a bit of a metronome, if that makes sense. Jorginho, he keeps things ticking, and just sprays passes around. He doesn't really run forwards with the ball or actively look to play killer passes that are going to create a brilliant opportunity for the forward players. Whereas Kovacic is better at doing that. And Kante's just there more for his energy, and he can bring the ball forward, but I think he's more there to protect the defence more than anything. Which I think will eventually probably be Conor Gallagher's role in the team if Gallagher does go on to have a career at Chelsea, if they decide to use him in the near future, which from the start of this season it looks like they probably will do, because he has come off the bench in both of Chelsea's league games so far, I believe. So yeah, he should get used. Loftus-Cheek also had a very good performance at the weekend, and I think with Loftus-Cheek, he's shown throughout his time at Chelsea that he has the ability to play in multiple different positions for them. Obviously, central midfield is his preferred position, but under Tuchel, he's played at times. I've seen him play as almost part of the front three in that Mason Mount role. He's also played as a right wing back on a few occasions. That was where he played at the weekend, in fact. So yeah, he's definitely capable of covering midfield. So they have got options now, at least, because I think it was becoming a bit of a worry for Chelsea fans about Jorginho and Kante, both in their 30s now. And whilst Jorginho, his playing style, we shouldn't see a drop off in his performance levels too much. But Kante, that is the worrying one, I think, for Chelsea fans, purely because of especially with the injuries that are coming into play for him now. That is a bit worrying, given his style of play as well. It's all action, box to box, and he needs to, be at his maximum athletic potential, if that makes sense, to give the best performances he can and do the best for the team. So yeah, I think eventually we're going to see Conor Gallagher come in for Kante, but Casadei is definitely one for the future, along with Chukwuemeka. Both similar players, actually, so they could, in theory, in the future, potentially be fighting for one of the positions in Chelsea's midfield, because I don't think with their playing styles you'd play them both together. But of course, obviously, it goes without saying that it happens all the time where teams sign a younger player and then people instantly start going, well, this is our future midfield in a few years' time. And it never is. Like, I've seen it at the moment with Liverpool, people saying Liverpool's midfield in 5 years' time is going to be Tyler Morton, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott. It's not. I mean, it might be, but we're pretty sure it probably won't be. There's going to be players coming in and there's going to be players going out in that time. So yeah, but I think it will be a very good signing for Chelsea. It is a bit of a pricey pay for a teenager who hasn't actually made his debut. But given how Chelsea are willing to spend this summer, I wouldn't say it's the worst. I'll give this transfer a 7 out of 10. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.